Say good morning, or in 2 more minutes it'll be this afternoon. But I was in the United States Army, okay? And I was a combat engineer in the Mekong Delta. And I was in the Army. I came into the Army in 1966, September 6th. And I went to Vietnam, did 2 tours, went to Korea, went to Germany, okay? Did them 4 years in the Army. Okay, now this is what I got to explain to you on this little episode here, is what it takes to get to be 100% total and permanent service connected. Okay, you put that in any order you want. I have Agent Orange, but we don't die of Agent Orange. We'll die of something related to Agent Orange, but I don't believe they'll put it on the death certificate that says this man died because he fought for America and Agent Orange killed him. And a lot of people say, why do you worry about Agent Orange? Well, I don't. I never have. Because dying has never bothered me. But I've always gotten to the point with the VA that I've seen them hurt too many of my friends. I've seen a guy that went on with a little cyst in his back, and they managed to cut his spinal cord and make him a quadriplegic. Okay? And he asked me to write him a letter to the local congressman that the VA was in. And that was in Chillicothe. Those that aren't familiar with the Chillicothe VA, it has the highest death rate of all the VAs in the country. Okay? That means people go there and die. And their answer to that, when I got into the game with them, trying to figure out what's going on with this VA, and it was pretty simple. They didn't give a shit. I had one of my people that was a World War II veteran. He was with Patton. He was infantry with Patton. I don't know how they endured myself. Patton liked to drive tanks, I guess. But anyway, he's a wonderful old guy. And you know, it was way back when he was from West Virginia. And he couldn't read and write. And I had the biggest problems trying to get this man help. It's like the man I told you was a quadriplegic. I wrote the congressman in the area at the time. This is 1989. I'm just giving short examples here. In 1989, I'm sorry, I got so many problems. I mixed stuff up, and my nervous system is shot. You know, I've been 24/7 in pain for so many years, I wouldn't know what it'd be like without it. But anyways, this old guy, I finally got him help. But it took $10,000 of fighting. He had all of his discharge papers, the originals, and I kept getting back, you know, in 1973 there was a fire. Okay, I used the media, I used the Veterans Administration, I used every member of Congress and every member of the Senate. I sent them books. Oh, sick. And I said, what are you going to do? I said, no. So I don't know if you guys ever seen a 75 millimeter artillery round. Okay? Well, my father-in-law had one, so I took him down to the congressman's office and called the newspaper and got a nice picture of him holding this 175 or the 75 millimeter artillery round. And that didn't do it. That didn't get him any help either. So I contacted Yuri Debenin, that was the ambassador at the time. And I told the U.S. government, I'm not playing. I don't play. I don't scare. And I said, it's real simple. I'm going to send all this crap to Russia. I want them to know how we treat our veterans compared to how the Russian treats their veterans, our allies at the time. And I did, and then suddenly I got a 4-page white paper saying I was a terrorist. Okay, my tactics were terrorist. I couldn't do anything with that. I just tossed it in the trash. Now, the simple thing is, they gave him a discharge. This is a 75-year-old veteran. They gave him a brand new discharge. They discharged him out of the Army. They gave him a discharge for 1990. World War II veteran. Got out of the Army in 1990. Now, everybody says, oh, I love the VA and I do this. Hey, you're full of it. You're leaving your brothers behind. This pile of paper is what it took me to get to be 100% service-connected, total and permanent. And I became that just after I found out the VA was going to murder me at Audie Murphy in San Antonio. Because we had a disagreement. They say over smoking. I didn't have a disagreement with smoking. I didn't quit smoking. But the point was, I was going to go back to smoking. After, I got healed, it stops the healing process and all that. I said, okay. What we had a problem with was a committee. And, see, the committee is the one that screwed up that poor guy in Chillicothe. They were going to do an operation he didn't want. For their benefit. Save them time. Do you understand? Okay, so anyway, the guy in Chillicothe, I wrote his representative. And I wrote it and I told him he's a quadriplegic. He can't write. He gets around with a straw and a wheelchair, and he don't want this operation. And I got a letter back from that representative's office that said he has to write the Senate or write the representative himself to get help. That's a quadriplegic supposed to write a letter. Well, that takes care of that episode. Now it's back to me. Right now, I had an appointment June 2nd on a Monday. Okay, 3 or 4 days for that, I get a card that says my appointment's canceled. It's okay. Well, my wife, she's really good, and she'll reschedule it. And then I get a phone call 2 days, a day or two later, and it's a gal from the veterans, the VA, wherever she was at, I don't know. And she goes, oh, your appointment was canceled. And I said, well, I know that for my primary care doctor. to one that's, I'm hoping will let me go out with a little dignity here pretty soon. And unfortunately, yeah, I like the guy a lot. I like him a lot. Suddenly, the VA had put him on administrative leave for a month. Now, I kind of need this guy because I happen to like him and trust him, because I feel he understands how the VA is working. He knows. I had a stamp put in my heart, and I think I scared him to death because that's money. And I had that done in 2005. But now, this woman is telling me he's on administrative leave. And I said, why? Why is the only doctor I have faith in the VA on leave, administrative leave? Well, he must have done something wrong. Do you know what it was? Oh, I don't know. And I said, who put him on administrative leave? And she goes, I don't know, it had to be a higher up. And I asked her back then, and that was still May, you know. I said, is there any way you can contact my doctor and ask him to call me? You know, it's important to me because you people have already killed me. I'm just waiting to die. The last time you said I had to have another pill, and it just gave me a full-blown heart attack. And I told him I don't want this kind of crap. You know, I can't even pronounce any of that. Pro something, I don't know. And this stuff. This stuff, when I got them, I took a half a pill, and with these, I only took one pill. Those doses, and they made me totally wacko. I mean, wacko. With this pill, I called Senator Lamar, or Representative Lamar, and I was so mad and uncontrollable, that I ended up telling people off, and I felt so bad for that. I didn't want to hurt people just to hurt people, you understand? And as soon as I came down off that stuff, you know, and they're full, I won't touch that garbage. After that, I called Lamar's offices, everybody I tried to reach that I had talked to, and tell them I was sorry, and told them why. And that's the last I heard of Lamar Smith. I've tried the congressman thing. They're all bought and paid for. It's all the VA's got to do to them is say, hey, we're going to pull that hospital. And boy, they go on a flat panic. It's happening now. They put a man in there to fix things, and all of a sudden, they're coming up with a plan. You understand? To fix the VA. The man they put in there, come out and said 100,000 veterans had their appointments screwed by. Yeah, mine is right now. Real simple. I could die at any moment. But I don't have a system that's not been affected by something. I've been this way for, I guess 30 years. When it kicked in pretty hard. And I still kept going. And I've done everything I wanted in my life. And the time I went to the hospital, they were playing games. I had a DVD where I went to my local hospital, it's right there, my local hospital, and they couldn't open it. When it says right on the front of the thing, let's see. Oh, it says, I don't know if you can see that or not. It says Peterson Hospital. And right on the bottom here, it says, technical support, call that number. And they could do it. And every day I'd ask them, did you open that DVD? Because I went there for emergency surgery. Triple bypass. But instead they put me on pills, kept me in a bed, and they started the smoking thing. It's not important. But anyways, I'm glad I left the hospital. We didn't get along. I'd gotten to the point they had me so mad, I was going to tell this little doctor, lady doctor, little cute thing, youngin'. So I figured I better leave. I just better leave. I never quit and I never give up. It just saves my life. There's other things I want to do besides fight with VA. So anyways, I went and I turned 65. It was about a year later and I'm still hanging on. And I'm using, feral touch medicine, which they did to deal with, just a philosophy. Basically, I'm trying to hang on as long as I can. I've done such crazy stuff to try to help veterans. I put myself out there so many times. And any veteran that tells me that they're not going to take this medicine and run with it is a traitor. Don't say the words, no man left behind. We've left millions behind. I was the man back in the 90s, laying in a hospital bed, dying from malnutrition because they didn't have anybody to feed him. This is the VA. These people have no respect for veterans. I have been fighting them every part of the way for myself. This is only for myself. I don't care about myself. I can make money. Anybody can make money that wants to work. But I documented everything along the way. This pile of paper, this is my fight with the VA. From the first point of contact that I went to a hospital and actually got served. It helped. I got a VA card. But since then, these are letters from the VA. See that shit? Okay. All these people contact, the secretary, and this is for about a 10-year period. I mean, all this stuff. These are copies. This is where I made books to send them. Kind of like, you see one here. And I sent them to congressmen, to the committees, and all that. But we're veterans. We're crazy and stupid. They call them stupid. I'll knock their teeth out.